guys, how you doing? Chris Rod with Sun City Lawn Care. Today we're going to be talking about just a little garden update on our food forest project over here. Let's just give you a walkthrough about that. How about we just jump right into that? So we got our garlic. We've got a series of soft neck garlic growing, and we've got 4 different varieties of hard neck garden growing over there. That stuff's doing good. The watering that we're doing with this is every other day. I give it about 5 gallons of water per square foot. Okay, not per square foot, but based on the area, okay, of square footage. Today it's time to clear out some of these plants, our pepper plants. We've got some eggplants, our, oh gosh, I'm at a loss of words. I forgot what the hell they're called. Oh my god, I can't believe. I'll come back to that one. But the eggplants has got to go. Got a little bit of celery growing here. That's a winter plant, a vegetable you can still grow throughout the cooler parts of the year. And as you guys can see, the lettuce bed, it just bolted. It took off like crazy. We were trying to harvest lettuce, and it was bolting faster than we can start consuming a lot of it. To be honest with you, I don't know how many bags of salad mix I've made, but as you guys can see, some of this lettuce has bolted, and it's actually starting to produce the little seed heads to start to flower. Not seed heads, I'm sorry, the little flower buds. Excuse me. The tomato trellis we already tore down. I did that earlier this year, or not earlier this year, earlier in November. Ooh, that's some bad lighting. And then down on the far end there, as you guys can see, we've got some carrots that we're gonna go ahead and harvest today, yank those out. We've got some that are barely coming up and producing, but we've got some others that have been there way over a certain amount of time, farther than they need to be. So we're gonna go and yank those out. But what I was gonna, the name, it's freaking okra, guys. I forgot all the okra I got this year. And I forget the name of the plants, but we're just going to be cleaning them up, kind of winterizing our beds. And that process is simply taking out the plants, and then you can backfill. What you want to do is make sure you backfill your raised garden beds with some sort of cover material. Now, there's a couple options when you guys are winterizing your beds. One of the options is to do a cover crop. So in the past, what I've done is I've done clover, red clover. My raised garden beds in the backyard, we actually put down red clover seed, and then that generates a good cover crop on those beds. Out here in the front on the new food forest, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and excavate the, in this bed right here, as a matter of fact, I've got pine straw. But over here where we have the okra and we have the eggplants, I've got wood chips. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and be removing those wood chips, and I'm going to backfill with some leaves. Okay, these are some leaves. They're free. I got them from our client properties. We mulch them. Okay, I use the mower, I mulch them, I break them down, and then I simply layer them on top of the raised garden beds. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell in this video, maybe right about here, you see there's probably about 3, maybe 4 inches of depression from the top of the wood of the raised bed down to where the soil line meets. And when I first started these beds, they were filled all the way to the brim. So as you guys can see, what happens over time, from April until now, it's December 1st, that soil starts to you know, depress or decompress, press down. That organic material, that process, the decomposition is there, and you start to lose some of that soil. You don't lose it, but what's happening is the underlying material underneath each one of these raised beds, it's decomposing. Okay, so we had a foundation of pure sand underneath all the rocks that we had excavated, and then we backfilled. Well, I didn't backfill with anything, I take that back. I layered cardboard down, and then we backfilled with the mulch that you see on the ground here. These are all free wood chips that here I got from our local city municipality. That's free, and I just kept backfilling. I haven't posted the video yet, but we actually did another truckload of mulch that we brought in a couple weeks ago to try and raise the actual mulch bed that is the underlying material here. So when you're doing that, and the winter is a great time to do that. Okay, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to backfill with as much mulch as you can. You want a good 6 to 8 inches of mulch if that's possible. Okay, and so I'm probably going to do one more truckload just to get it that extra. You know, every truckload's about 2 inches in height, so a third one would really do me some justice. But going back to these raised beds, I'm going to excavate all that wood material there. I can go ahead and leave it on the food forest floor here because it's going to decompose over time, and I'm going to backfill with the leaves that we've mulched, the mulch leaves. I love using mulch leaves. Okay, what happens is that material, the leaves, they break down over time, adding organic material back into the soil system. Okay, that is one option. Okay, and I love that option. You can use grass clippings if you'd like, but in the wintertime we have an excessive amount of leaves from all the leaf cleanups that we do, and so I do two things with them. I backfill all my raised garden beds with them, and I also add more of that brown material to my compost bins. Okay, so the reason why I love the leaves is because A, I like the way it looks. 2, it's adding that organic material and that nutrients back into the soil, so it's replenishing the soil, and it covers the soil itself. You want to make sure that you do that. You want to make sure in the wintertime that you cover your soil. You don't want to leave any area that you're growing produce, you don't want to leave any of that material exposed. Okay, not to this big old ball of goodness here or the elements. So when you cover it with leaves, for example, the rainwater or the snowfall that you guys may get, okay, that helps with the moisture level and the decomposition of the leaf material, all break down. And then come next spring, when you start to pull back, because you're going to remove it next spring, when you start to pull back, you can just see the transformation from leaves into new, good, healthy soil for your raised garden bed. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be clearing all this out and then backfilling with some leaves. And I'm going to do a little bit of watering on my raised my leaf my lettuce bed, and I'm also going to go ahead and water in the water for the garlic today as well. Put a little bit of H2O inside of the compost bin as well. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any questions, as always, hit me up in the comment section, and always don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you guys like this content and you enjoy. Stay tuned because we've got future videos coming up for further food forest maintenance. We got to talk about our trees. We're going to be winterizing them soon. Now, you do winterize your trees, and these are 2-year-old trees. So it's the first year they've been in my ground, but they're 2-year-old actual trees. But there's a winterizing process, but I have to wait till all the leaves fall. And here in West Texas, it's a really late process for us because we really don't get those hard frost freezes or snowfall until January or February. So hopefully they fall sooner than later, and then I'll show you how we go ahead and winterize those. But all right, guys, so that's how we do the backfill, the winterizing of the raised garden beds. I've got one down, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to go, and then I gotta go do the backyard. So if y'all have any questions, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, like the video, and I will be in touch. Leave the comments below if you got them.